Hi, this is Stephen Ramsden. After an enlistment in the U.S. Navy in the early 80s, I was fortunate enough to become an air traffic controller at the Atlanta En route Traffic Control Center in Hampton, Georgia. I spent 25 years there and retired in 2014. It was a great ride, and I'm real grateful I had that opportunity. While I was there, I was friends with Susan and Charlie Bates, who were also air traffic controllers and Air Force veterans. Susan was an angel. She suffered from cancer and lost her life in the early 2000s. Charlie, my friend, was a wild guy, but he had the heart of gold and most generous person I've ever met. He would help anyone who ever asked him for anything. He suffered from the demons you might expect after losing your wife and took his own life in 2007. It's a tragic story, and I really wanted to make something good out of it. I wanted to have Charlie and Susan remembered for something more than the horrible way that their lives ended. So in 2008, I decided I was going to do something with the good fortune that had come my way in life and start a STEM program. I've always loved astronomy and nerdy stuff, and I wanted other young people to get the opportunities I had as a youngster, where someone took me aside and taught me about science, because it changed my life and allowed me to be successful and eventually led to my job as an air traffic controller, which was a great thing. Solar astronomy, which was a brand new thing in those days. These telescopes look at the sun in different wavelengths of light, and you can see solar flares and all kind of cool stuff. The STEM program was started in 2008, and it was called the Charlie Bates Solar Astronomy Project. It was a wacky idea. Took a great deal of investment on my part to make it start, but it eventually turned out good, and we've done a pretty good job with it then. One thing that has been steady throughout the entire 12 years I've been running this global STEM program is the support of the NATCA Charitable Foundation. I recently received my 12th year of support from NATCA Charitable, a check for $7,000, and since 2008 they have contributed about 10% of our operating budget. And what does this mean? Well, it means we can survive because of NATCA Charitable. Our science program, like most small programs, don't pay any salaries. Nobody makes any money doing it. We're just giving away stuff left and right in order to get young people involved in science, which will produce a better society for all of us in the long run. So NATCA Charitable is really the only reason we were able to survive some of those lean years. When I started it, I approached NCF because I've been a donor my entire career. I donated $100 a paycheck, just a small amount. It gave me a good tax write-off. It allowed me to divert some of my tax money to programs I supported rather than whatever the government at the time wanted to do. And it gave me a good feeling inside because I knew I was helping some other people. We've been extraordinarily fortunate in our careers, and giving some of that back was just the right thing to do. So NATCA Charitable greeted the program and said, yeah, that sounds like a great idea, let's do it. So we did, and by 2012 we'd become the world's largest solar astronomy outreach program, active in 28 countries around the world. What we do is take these awesome telescopes around to different schools and public events, libraries, conferences, sci-fi gatherings, Dragon Con, NACA safety conferences, things like that. And we show people the sun because it's something almost no one knows about. These telescopes can run $15,000, it's not a cheap hobby, and most people couldn't afford to be in the hobby. So we decided to take the hobby to them, and we did. We've given away over 1 million pairs of these solar viewing glasses all around the world. And it's amazing to see the NACA logo come up on some photo on Google of a solar eclipse, and you've got some people in the Philippines or maybe in Cambodia or something, and they're wearing a pair of NACA Charitable Foundation logoed glasses. That's a cool thing, man. So NCF has been behind us from the start, and we're really appreciative. We've set up telescopes in schools in Central America, Eastern Europe, South America, all around the entire United States, probably every state. and different places around the world. And again, the one constant has been the steadfast support of NATCA members through the NATCA Charitable Foundation. So if you're looking for a really cool thing to get involved with that will relieve some of the stress of this job we have, altruism is probably the best cure for depression and the things that go along with it. So if you want to get involved in something cool that you can look at and be proud of, start your own STEM program. Or maybe donate a little bit of your paycheck to the NATCA Charitable Foundation and see how far it goes. They're all volunteers. They set up these silent auctions and all these fundraisers. Right now they're doing the virtual 5K or the step contest on the internet. These people work night and day for the only reward of just being a good person and doing the right thing. So NATCA members have always been the most generous people on earth, and I would strongly encourage you to get involved in the NATCA Charitable Foundation. And thanks again, NCF, for supporting the Charlie Bates Solar Astronomy Project around the world. Here's to 10 more years.